The Grace E. Harris Leadership Award is named for VCU's former provost and trailblazer, Dr. Grace Harris. This year's recipient is All Saints Catholic School in Richmond for their work in developing students' leadership skills, confidence, and integrity. Honoring an organization or individual who displays a sustained commitment to securing equal rights and justice for all people, the Hill Robinson Expansion of Freedom Award is named for two equal rights pioneers, Attorney Oliver Hill and Judge Spotswood Robinson. Receiving this award is the Robert Russa Moton Museum in Farmville for its ongoing efforts to promote dialogue and serve future generations as an education and policy center for the study of civil rights in education.
In 1951, Moton High School student Barbara Johns made a bold decision, one that would contribute to a historic change in American education. Moton was in Prince Edward County in the era of the doctrine of separate but equal. But nothing was equal for the county's black student population. Their school was overcrowded. There was no cafeteria or gym. There weren't enough books or adequate lab equipment. Barbara Johns knew this was wrong. So at 16 years old, she organized a student walkout at Robert Russa Moton School.
In many ways, it's the start of the civil rights movement, right? This is pre-Rosa Parks. This is pre-Civil Rights Act. This is pre-Selma March. I mean, this is when we're really beginning to address, are we going to be a segregated society or an integrated society?
It all happened right here at what is now the Robert Russa Moton Museum in Farmville, a National Historic Landmark that tells a story of this spark to a revolution in access to equal education. The student protests caught the attention of Richmond's civil rights leaders Martin A. Martin, Oliver Hill, and Spotswood Robinson, who traveled to Prince Edward County. After seeing the shoddy conditions of the school, they quickly filed suit in federal district court, charging inequalities and discrimination in educational facilities, and boldly stating that school segregation was unconstitutional. Hill and Robinson's lawsuit was rolled into the landmark Supreme Court case we now know as Brown versus Board of Education. But Prince Edward County did not accept this decision. They began the infamous massive resistance to integration, ultimately closing all of the county's public schools in 1959. A private Prince Edward Academy was created for the county's 1,500 white students. But for black children like A.D. Chucky Reed, who was just 8 years old at the time, the school doors were locked shut.
As we be out on the street, you'll see the academy buses go by, and you see the kids waving at you, smiling, pointing like they was making fun of you. You know, you don't have a school to go to, you know, and it really hurt.
In 1951, Martin Luther King Jr. is still in college. So all these quintessential civil rights era events have yet to happen.
Today, in partnership with nearby Longwood University, the Moton Museum works to not only tell the story of Prince Edward County and the leading role its citizens played in America's transition from segregation to integration, but also to promote dialogue and serve future generations as an education and policy center.
And I hope that Moton continues to really be a voice with the way in which individuals can become civically active and civically minded through their actions in their communities.
In 1960, he promised America.
Carmen Murph has been at All Saints for nearly 30 years. She's part of a small and dedicated group of teachers, administrators, and staff who provide nearly 200 students in pre-K through 8th grade a structured, holistic, diverse, and disciplined education. The results are irrefutable. 100% of All Saints alums graduate from high school, and nearly all go to college.
So applying themselves, being responsible, regardless of whatever role they take in life, let that role be a success, that they are an achiever. They can achieve. They will be successful.
This small educational gem is tucked into a Northside Richmond neighborhood. Some students come from the surrounding area, but All Saints welcomes students from throughout Greater Richmond in an effort to create a diverse student body of different religions, socioeconomic levels, and racial backgrounds.
The best thing that I like about All Saints is how here all the students put their differences aside and everybody here just gets along and comes together as a family, and they come together as one.
All Saints' focus on developing students' leadership skills, confidence, and integrity would make the late Dr. Grace Harris proud. Dr. Harris's vision and leadership continues to inspire and influence an ever-growing number of people at VCU, in the Richmond community, and far beyond.
I've learned about leadership that it does take a good, responsible human being, that they should always know how to teach other people how to be better, even better than them if they can.
All Saints is planting the seeds of knowledge and leadership that will transform the future and the fortunes of generations of students.
Congratulations to All Saints Catholic School and the Robert Russa Moton Museum for your extraordinary accomplishments for education.